Opening gestures. Right hand makes a fist. Left hand covers it up. And share the heart. And circle back to your heart. Chi awakening exercise. Hands to the center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling down. Inhale, reaching up. And exhaling down. One more time. And exhaling down. Just doing 3 today. Then the second one, we're going to inhale and raise the hands up. And exhale them down. 2. And 3. Third exercise, opening the heart. Palms up. Inhale to the heart. Hold the breath, expand. Exhale, radiating like you're sending a wish for compassion. Inhale to the heart. Hold the breath, expand. And exhale, radiate. My computer's telling me I'm talking too softly, so if I'm shouting at you, that's why. And relax those hands down. 1 minute mindfulness. Pause for a moment. Be aware of the body. Be aware of the breath. And be aware of the mind. All 3 together, body, breath, and mind. And deep breath in. Let it out with a sigh. So these 2 classes are slightly different than before. Our warm-ups, we're just going to be doing moves from the form. We do these in the chair because I like to demonstrate a little of what I call adaptive Tai Chi. So this is all the movements of your form can be performed seated, which is good to know if you have an ankle injury or anything like that. But this is also a lot of the original Qigong was done in a very yogic way, we would say. A lot of the Qigong exercises are meant to be done in a lotus position, and you do all of these different Qi exercises. So similarly for the Tai Chi, the movements that are meant to mobilize your Qi can all be done seated to great effect. So that's why we start this way. Anyway, we are working on, like I said, this is a slightly unorthodox style of class. Enjoy it or not. There's not even any door. You can just sneak out without having to make a noise. So enjoy it or not. But we're going to go through some of the moves from the second half of our form, because my agenda is for those who have been following along to at least transmit those moves 1 time before I scamper off. So let's get started. You're going to scooch to the edge of your seat. So I've been building anticipation. You're going to get your feet out in this hefty horse stance. And we're going to practice the single whip in 2 styles. So let's do your left hand is going to make a crane's beak. In this lineage, that means all the fingers just touch the thumb, and the wrist has a graceful bend to it. So it's not straight like that. It's not really kinked, but it has a sort of graceful curve to it. And then that just stays there, which is good for your lung meridian, they tell me. Then this other hand, whatever that's called, right hand, is going to make a circle. You're going to go inhale. You're going to go exhale, leading with the elbow. And at the end, the hand chops out. Just hold there for a moment. So each of these hands should be at about the height of your ear or your eyebrow. And same thing, you've got this graceful kind of angle here, and you've got kind of a graceful angle here with the fingers up. In the martial art tradition, this would be a chop. So you want to have this sense of sort of power here. And in the healing arts tradition, this is opening your lung meridian. So you want to have this sense of sort of openness through the chest and that meridian, which will help me because I got a little spring allergy today. So doing it with the breath, we're going to inhale, circle, get that elbow and chop. Then we inhale, exhale, elbow and chop. 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to switch, make your crane's beak over here. And this one's going to scoop, elbow, and chop. 2. Oh, and I guess we held the other side, so we got to hold this side for a minute. Put these at the level of your ears. Get a nice little gentle curve. Have the energy of a chop on this hand. And in the form, we've been looking kind of straight ahead as we do this as Qigong. In the form, you would be looking in the direction of this chopping hand. Okay, here we go. We're going to inhale. Number 3, 4, and 5. And come to the center. And relax those 2 hands down. Okay, the single whip. Yes, if you hold it up there long enough, you'll get a buff deltoid. So it's actually really good for that. Now, we get to do a similar thing. We're going to hold this crane's beak up on your left. We're going to do variation 2. You'll see this in the form. So this hand is going to scoop and make a big, like serving the platter. Small circle, and then push. Let's switch from side to side. We'll see how that goes. So crane's beak, swoosh, serve the platter, little circle, and push. The swoosh and push. Crane's beak, swoosh, serve, turn your waist a little, and then push. Crane's beak, swoosh, turn your waist and serve. Little circle and push. Swoosh, turn your waist and serve. Circle and push. Swoosh, turn your waist and serve. Circle and push. One more set. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, and even more exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. And exhale. Come to the center. And put it all down. Okay, groovy. So this is the single whip, and there's 2 variations in this form. Some schools of Tai Chi that you come to, this is letting your arms rest while I blab at you. Some schools of Tai Chi that you go to, they all have a different version, right? So some will do their single whip where it comes off like this, and then they turn this way. And that one looks really cool, right? And then another one in the Chen style, they hit you with the elbow first, and they do, oh wait, I don't remember how that one goes exactly, and they've got all these different versions. In my teacher's tradition, we do this one when we do it the first time, when we do this one when we do it the second time. So there's no right way to do it, except the way that you're taking a class on, and then you try to rememberize that. Okay, then we're gonna do another fun one, which is called the high pat on horse. So take this hand, that's your right hand, and this one's going to come and scoop down towards your tummy. Then your left hand is just going to pat the horsey. Okay, so this, you're like holding their little bridle, and you're like, nice horsey. Okay, so this is what the move's named after. Then to do it in the Qigong version, you just switch places. So this one comes down, and this one pats forward and make a circle. So I like to inhale as I transition and get ready, and then exhale as I pat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So now that we're warmed up, as you exhale, see if you can let everything sort of settle at the last minute. So I inhale, and at the last minute, I settle. I inhale, and at the last minute, I settle. Almost like if you were calming a horse, you have to have this very settled way about you. So think of, you could create that almost somatically by dropping your weight. Dropping your weight. Let's do one more time. Dropping your weight. Inhale, hands to the cloud. And exhale, settle. It's starting to feel groovy. So that settle in Tai Chi according to this tradition, means the same thing as the earth-touching mudra of the Buddha's myth. So the Tai Chi way of interpreting that myth, Mara shows up. Who do you think you are? Blah, 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 blah. And then the Buddha, instead of going, I'm so-and-so, authorized by such and such. I took a certification training with 6 ascetics, and then I fasted until you could see my spine from the front. I am Gautama Siddhartha, he who reaches his goal. He didn't say any of that crap. He touched the earth. And in this tradition, it means drop all of that. So the one in one of my lamas says the person most fit to be a guru is the most surrendered person in the room. So one version of his Buddhist statement of authorization is, who do you think you are? No, just drop it all into Mother Earth. I am Lord Compost of the heap. So anyway, in Tai Chi, this is expressed somatically because every time we practice, the structure is dropping into the earth. So we may or may not do this with our hand. But as I was taught, when we practice that mudra, the sense is this hand is telling your awareness, get down, brother, get down, get down. So then the fun part, the kicking series. So let's work our hands. This is a great qigong with the hands, and we're going to do that first. So as you inhale, doesn't matter which one crosses over which one, just do something fun. You're going to reach for the sky, and then you exhale and come down. And you inhale, one hand crosses, doesn't matter which way, and you exhale. If you like, you can imagine and feel the earth's chi floods up through your body, and then radiates and cascades down around you. Inhale from the earth and down from the heavens. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. And exhale. So groovy. So a lot of the qigong is hidden in the Tai Chi. If you do the whole thing together, right? You have that thing, and then you have Tai pat on the horse, and then you go into separate the foot. This qigong move never appears on its own. So it's hard to say, it's like, okay, these are kung fu techniques and stuff, but they've hidden this because it's happening while the legs are doing all this flashy stuff. You would never catch it unless you did it in the chair. So now we're just going to kick our little legs. Take one leg, kick it. Pick another leg, kick. You guys did it exactly as I wanted, which is kind of floppy. So get it going. Don't kick your neighbor. Don't kick my computer. Just flop a little bit. Now, the nice thing is your knee could stay a little bent. You could get totally straight, whatever you want. Although your handout says kick with heel at this point, in our form that I was taught, it's a handout I got from the internet, and it's the best looking one I saw, already made for me. In our form, the move is called separate the foot. It's a toe down kick. Okay, stop that. Feel okay? Good. So now let's combine the hands and the feet. And this is a great time to be in a chair because we'll do a version standing up at this point. So what's going to happen is I'm going to scoop this, that'll be your left, comes up. And then if you can, you're going to whack it. Don't whack yourself on the knee. That'll hurt. Oh, sorry. I should have told you that earlier.
Well, that's where my hand
Just,
goes.
yeah. So when you're doing this standing up, the foot is supposed to go so high that the hand just goes up there. But when you bring it sitting down, I'll tell you earlier on the other side. So you scoop, and then I'm just going to aim a little bit toward my shin. But even if your leg only comes up an inch, your hand can just go here, right? So this is a perfectly respectable version of the pose. But the thing I would like to see is that my 2 hands are at the same height.
So when you kick, you don't go like that. Leave
You
your
can,
hand.
but you
use
can
your
also
hand.
go like this. Yeah. Yeah, so both of those are options. Okay, put that down.
So what is it that prevents me and some of my colleagues here from lifting the leg without grounding in here? Because you don't.
Oh, It's pretty natural. I think I'm just doing my knee. If you're
I
lifting the hip
understand.
at all, it requires a little more rounding. So you might be doing a little more from your hip, which comes later.
I think it's some muscles not being developed,
Yeah, we could explore that.
because just to go like that, I can feel that.
You have to kind of brace your core.
Yeah.
Interesting. You're sitting much more on the edge of your seat than I am right now too. So I don't know.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, we figured it out. Yeah. So I think your core was just bracing to keep you upright. Let's try the other side, but don't miss, the hand should be equidistant unless you're able to smack that guy. But this is also this really cool mudra that you don't see. It's not one of the basic 5. This is the mudra of ultimate radiance, or something like that. And you're supposed to just like feel groovy, radiate grooviness out to all beings. I feel it myself. Okay, here we go. So you inhale and then whack. Inhale, whack. Very good. Let's do 2 more. Whack. 1 more. Excellent. Put them on down. So if you can whack, you're stimulating the stomach meridian. And in the olden days in the martial arts, there's actually all kinds of martial art applications of why you have your hand there. But one of them is that they're conditioning your body to get used to whacking into stuff, which is useful, I guess, for old days martial arts. But for us, you're hitting your stomach meridian points and you're stimulating that with a gentle whack. Okay, 1 more while we are sitting. Now you're going to come to the edge of your seat again. And we're going to do the snake creeps down. Stick this foot out, and it's going to be kind of like this. Okay, this is mocking up what we'll do when we're standing. So you've got this crane's beak 1 more time. And let's do, remember the single whip went like this? The snake creeps down does the opposite. So it's going to turn in, swoop, and rise, like little serpents. Inhale, swoop, and rise. Inhale, swoop, and rise. And 1 more time. Swoop, and rise. Switch. Swoop, and rise. Swoop, and rise. Swoop, and rise. 1 more time. Swoop, and rise. I have to roll my R's when I'm a snake because that's how they talk, apparently. Okay, so this is the snake creeps down. And these are the basics for today. Next week, we'll have 1 more set of basics, but let's do a couple of practices standing with our chair assist for balance, and then we'll start running through the form. So here we go. You want to have the back of that chair available to you. So you don't need to turn it around, you just stand behind it. So the first one we're going to do is the rooster raises its leg. Put your right foot forward, right hand on chair for now. Some of you will be able to do this balance without it, but you're going to look cooler. Start with something to help you. So all that's going to happen is I'm going to shift my weight forward, and then I'm going to swing this left knee up. Excellent. Put it back down. And let's work this foot. So my foot is going to be neutral or slightly turned in. I'm going to turn the toes slightly out. Shift my weight forward, swing, and knee. Swing it back and reset. Add the hand. So this hand is just going to swing with your knee. And then swing it back. Swing with my knee. And swing it back. 1 more time. Excellent work. Okay, when you come up, let's do the other side. Go ahead and turn right around. When you come up, you want your toes down. Cooler. Oh, this one dog beats fire. So that was his vibe on the matter. And then if you are flexible, you would touch your knee to your elbow. but don't touch your elbow to your knee. Okay, let's give it a try. Left hand on the thing. Slightly turn those toes out. Shift the weight. Let's adjust the knee first. And up. Back. And up. Up. And back. Let's add that other hand. So I swing it through. And then you reach. And back. Good. Swing. And a reach. And back. Two more. Here we go. Back. And one more. And relax. That feel okay to everybody? Any questions on that? Start to work you out a little bit. Yeah. So good stuff. Okay. Let's put the snake creeps down and the golden rooster lays his leg together because that's how they are in form. So let me just figure out the architecture here real quick. Yes. So what I'm going to advise you to do is have your right foot forward, have this chair here, and just watch before you go. So what I'm going to do is this snake creeps down. I swoop and shift. If you need to check your balance at any time, just grab your buddy here. But why we're in this position is because after I shift, I clear and I swing through. Let's give it a try. So right foot forward. I know it's kind of awkward. Maybe all the way up here if you're facing slightly that way, but see what we can do. It's an imperfect world. Here we go. So you're going to inhale and sink back. Exhale and slither forward. Looks pretty good. Let's do that twice more. Inhale and sink back. In. Exhale and slither forward. Okay, this right hand is coming over to my left side. Inhale and slink back. Exhale and slither forward. Then from here, turn that foot out slightly. And swing the left knee up. And put it on the back.
Well, then stand over. Your right hand would be like this, wouldn't it?
Oh no, I can only hear one person at a time. Oh, kindergarten trick, sorry. Yes, I can stand up in front.
Just, okay.
Yeah, so it's nice. The chair does the same thing. So I'll show you one more round. Yielding, shifting, locking, swinging. Let's try it. Yield, slither, lock, swing, and knee. Reset. Yield, slither, anti-clockwise circle, swing through, and knee. One more time. Yield, slither, anti-clockwise circle, swing through, and knee. Okay, further questions?
I seem to want to pivot on the forefoot instead of the heel. I don't know why I'd want to do that, but.
I mean, probably just habit, but traditional Tai Chi is generally move on the heel. Just as the
It may be my knee.
yeah, I mean, protect yourself. There's nothing's your chi won't flow backwards if you do it. So
Thank you.
let's change our orientation and we'll do the other side. Like this. Yeah, we'll put the chair that way. One more side. Right hand. yield, sink, slither, clockwise circle, hand to the chair for the moment, swing that right knee up, and then reset. Right. Yield, slither, clockwise, swing through, your knee. Climb. Yield, slither, clockwise circle, swing through, your knee, and down. Any questions on that side? Get a little easier? Hope so. It's the opposite of one of the Beatitudes. Do let your left hand know what your right hand was doing. So this is the snake creeps down, golden rooster. We're going to do one more with our assistant here. So please turn it back so the back is facing you. This is a class, this type of class. Usually I take my Taiji classes very slowly. So I found people's expressions in the class were very stressed out. And so usually that's why when we're in classes like today, we're going to do brush, knee, and push. Brush, knee, and push. Here's another exercise that relates to brush, knee, and push. But in today's class, we're doing a lot. And what I recommend is interpret any frustrated feelings as that's what neuroplasticity feels like on the inside. That's what it feels like when your brain is growing. So kneel back and then do a circle and then raise your knee and the brain is like, how dare you? That's what it feels like to grow new neural connections. And I don't ask you to do it in that style very often, but it's a way to make use.
It's giving you a message.
Yeah, we're running out of juice. So let's see if we can get these kicks again. Hang on to this. Swing this leg. That's all. And then I like to swing my other arm. And hey, you're doing a great lymphatic exercise. So if you don't want neuroplasticity, you just want one exercise to take home with you, do this one. Because notice you're pumping the inguinal area, which is a big lymph node area, and you're pumping the axial area. So you're going to get your lymph system all pumped up. What did you do at Taiji? No, but your lymph, that is. Okay, knock it off. Let's go the other way. So swing. And this is just getting used to the style of movement that kick traditionally does. And then if you can, swing the other one. Of course, don't do any of this if it hurts. But if it doesn't hurt, have a little fun. Just swing that thing around. That feels pretty good, actually. This is also a couple more reps, the type of Qigong they recommend in the springtime, because you're loosening up the whole system. Okay, put that away. Pull down heavens, inhale. Exhale.